Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP. And I think that some of you guys might have seen my community post video. And my intention wasn't that I wasn't going to stop making videos. But it was to express my anger and my sadness. And I wasn't doing too well when, at the time of making that post, my moods swing. I am an INFP and also autistic, but mostly INFP, and I have a lot of feelings and a lot of righteous anger about things. And I was also on my period. Not that it excuses it, but I also had been extremely stressed. I'd been on holiday the week before, but then just 3 days at the hospital was enough to knock me out. And I took a day off work on Thursday, went back to work on Friday, but I was at my general practice clinic, so I wasn't, I was at my regular workplace and not at the hospital. Being at the hospital is very stressful for me because everything is new and I never have a moment's peace, I have to put on a mask, I have to seem competent and decisive and confident and not like an INFP at all. And I have to seem like I know what I'm doing even though I have no idea. Well, at my general practice clinic, I actually do have kind of an idea of what I'm doing. So it is, and also everybody loves me regardless, kind of. So I can be myself more, and I am more confident at my regular workplace. Well, I always feel like I'm put on trial when I'm at my placement. So I'm at geriatrics, and I've been at the palliative care ward, and it's gone well, nothing bad happened. It's just, it was so much. Because the staff is new, the type of patient is new, the type of diagnoses and treatments are new, the types of, the building is new, so I get lost. And I also, the administrative things, the routines and everything is new. And the administration is very tedious for me. It's very difficult and it takes so much of my energy. Also, there are all the sensory extra things going on all the time in my environment, because it's not like at the GP clinic where I can close myself into my room and focus. Instead, I'm always being thrown off by somebody passing by in the corridor or somebody asking me a question or some alarm beeping or something. And I notice my autistic difficulties with that kind of thing. I have difficulty with transitions, I have difficulty with sensory input, I have difficulty with the social aspects of everything being new, and the hierarchy at my workplace, well, at the hospital is different than the one that I have at my workplace. At my workplace, it feels like we're a big family, while at the hospital, there are more people, so you can't really have that. And so it's been a very tough situation for me. And I've come back home just knocked out, basically. And then I can't even sleep well because I'm just so tense about the day. That when I sleep, I get nightmares and I don't sleep very deeply. And it doesn't matter at what time I go and fall asleep, I don't wake up feeling okay, So that explains why I got really frustrated. Also, Vondel Pete had come out with a video about AI. I got very frustrated about AI. Because I am distrustful of AI. I grew up in a home where my dad was an IT engineer and he was paranoid, he still is, paranoid about being spied on, and he did not allow me to have a phone, he did not allow my mom to have Facebook, he did not, there was a lot of controlling behavior there, a lot of paranoia. And nowadays, my dad knows that he has no control over us, but he still controls my mom because she's not, by default, because my mom does not know much about IT, so she can't do these things on her own. While me, and especially my brother, are more versed in IT, so we can figure out a way to do the things that we want to do without my dad having to be involved at every stage, which isn't the case for my mom. So, and my dad is, you know, he doesn't have social media, he doesn't have all that. He'd be extremely stressed out if he knew that I had a YouTube channel. I mean, my mom too, but my dad would be scared for different reasons. My mom would probably be scared of me sharing with all these people online, while my dad would be more scared of, me being listened to by the CIA or by the Chinese government, and that kind of problem. So there's a spy aspect. There's also the fact that AI steals the work of people. The fact that everything is just about being a brand, being a commodity nowadays. I just do not stand for that. I notice just the general vibe around YouTube is different than it was a few years ago. And especially in the past year or so, it has been different. Nowadays you can't watch a YouTube video without seeing at least 2 ads. It used to be that you would maybe have 1 ad in the beginning, and now you have like 2 ads in the beginning and 1 in the middle and 1 like at the end, and if you don't watch out, there'll be another one as well, And I used to remember when YouTube did not have any ads at all. So there are big differences, and I see all of these creators like getting into BetterHelp and getting into, those not so ethical sponsors. I use HelloFresh, but I don't get sponsored by them. I just don't find it to be ethical. I understand that people need to earn themselves a living, so a lot of people get their money through YouTube, and they don't have a choice about that. But it does make things feel very fake and bad. And I also dislike when people use AI art, and I know of INFP creators who use AI art, and it's just, I cannot stand for that. I really cannot. I used to be friends with an artist, a digital artist, and I do not understand why you would need to clog up the internet with AI art. Just like, don't put any art then, or make your own art, or credit a friend's art. Why should we be making AI art? It's just stealing, and it's also just dehumanizing our entire worldly experience of art. So yeah, I am very frustrated about AI. I'm also, I don't want to get into all the deep fakes and stuff, but that can be difficult for people, who have psychosis or who have difficulties with like what is real and what is not, and with misinformation as well. So I don't want to get into that world of deep fakes. People could use all my videos, and then they could put me into a porn video just from the way that I speak. They could make a deep fake of me and just like, these things are very much in the realm of possibility, and I'm putting myself at risk by being here, you know, and sometimes it does stress me out if I think about it too much, you know, because that's not me being paranoid. These are actually things that happen. And thank God I'm not famous enough that, you know, these things haven't happened to me yet that I know of, you know. My face could be on some porn site. I mean, who knows? It's not at all a risk-free endeavor to be on YouTube. So there are many things that I can choose to be scared about, but I choose to not be scared of it and just keep going and doing my thing, because I don't think I'm doing any harm. Yeah, I want to keep making videos, but yeah, I dislike the whole AI thing. I hate the algorithm thing. I wish that there was no algorithm. Social media didn't used to have an algorithm, believe it or not. You know, nowadays we think that social media equals algorithm, but that's not how it was. I've been on Tumblr, I've been on Facebook, before all of this algorithm stuff was a thing. You know, the posts used to be in chronological order. You wouldn't have a For You page. Maybe you would have ads. Tumblr didn't even have ads for a good while, but Facebook had ads. And the ads were maybe slightly tailored to you, but not really. And then the ads became more and more tailored. But then it became not just the ads, it was also the posts. And the posts sometimes are deliberate misinformation. Sometimes it's just, you know, posts made by bots, posts that have AI art that is fake. There was this one historical picture where I thought that it was real. I thought the whole thing was real. And then somebody in the comments said, oh, haha, the person has 6 fingers. And then I was like, ah, okay, so this whole thing was just fake. And I guess I'm a pretty gullible person. I think that the INFP and the autism kind of plays into that. That I kind of assume good things, and then it's like, wait, am I supposed to think that every picture on the internet now is an AI fake? You know, I understand that we have to have critical thinking, but there's a certain point where I can't just enjoy myself. And yeah, so, and it doesn't, so maybe it was funny to play with AI, like when the things first come out, it's kind of fun to test it out. But then after a while, it's not funny anymore, you know? Like my coworkers have found out a way to make songs about each other with AI. And they thought it was, very, very funny. But then they forgot about it, you know? That's kind of how I want to do things, you know? Just like, oh, haha, that was funny, and that's it. I don't want to keep using the AI. Now, I understand that people use ChatGPT for certain things. For example, autistic people use it to like detect tone in messages, or I use goblin.tools, which is a kind of AI, to figure out how to do certain tasks in a more efficient way. I don't think that there's a harm in using ChatGPT, but there comes a point where I'm like, can you not have fun without ChatGPT? Do you need to talk to ChatGPT? Don't you have friends, you know? And I understand it's not easy to have friends. Like, I mean, I don't have many friends. I am an introvert and autistic and just, you know, bad at socializing. But I don't want to talk to ChatGPT. I feel like there's a certain nefariousness to the whole thing. And yeah, okay, so we're lonely. We're a lonely bunch as INFPs and such, but like, I don't know, you won't ever get the human connection. It won't be the same. And maybe one day there won't need to be any doctors, there'll just be AI, and my whole 10 years of learning to become a doctor was for nothing. But I don't really think so. I think that we'll always need to have people treating other people, taking care of other people. And that's something that a robot can't really replace. I also find that we're using AI for things that really don't need AI. Why? Why do you need AI in everything all the time? Do you need a refrigerator that has AI? I mean, I understand that it can be a help to know like what's in your fridge and such without needing to open the fridge. But there comes a certain point where you're being a little bit too reliant on a machine. And I don't know. I understand that some people need that. But I think that we should be turning more towards having community rather than going towards everything needs to be AI. Like, we need to humanize certain things. And I feel like there was this quote by somebody at that we should focus on making AI doing the stuff to work for us rather than for us to gain entertainment from AI. Because we want to have more time for entertainment and less work. So we should make the AI do the work and we do the free time stuff. And instead, it feels like we are given more work instead. Like we're using the AI so that we can work more, so that we can be more productive. When really we should use the AI so that we can have more free time and more enjoyment out of life. More. So we shouldn't be using like AI to make art when we could make the AI do our work for us. Like in terms of my job as a doctor, I'm encouraged to learn to do speech to text, and I'm really not very good at it at the moment. I'm still using the secretaries very much. I talk and then the secretaries do all of these things, and that's so that the secretaries can do more exciting work, rather than just writing whatever I say, which is kind of a boring task. So if a machine can do that instead, then things will be better for the secretaries. And so that's what motivates me, that I'm making things easier for the secretaries. But there are certain tasks where I don't want AI to replace the secretaries, because the secretaries like the work that they do, and they are human, and it gives a better workplace, a workplace environment that is all AI is just so hostile to life, and so I have conflicted feelings. Sometimes I think that I'm being hypocritical because I use AI when really, I have conflicted feelings about it. It's a complex topic. I mean, I'm just having opinions when maybe, I'm not an IT person, so I don't really understand how it works. I just know my own experience of things. But yeah, there are certain fears that I have about AI. And so I had a friend who is a doctor as well, and she uses AI for everything, my INTJ friend. And she we are trying to decide what to eat for dinner tomorrow. And she said, let's ask ChatGPT. And I realized the whole point of meeting up and is kind of choosing what we want for dinner ourselves. Like, that's kind of the enjoyment of not knowing what we went for dinner, is kind of the whole fun of it, you know? Deciding together what we're going to have for dinner. And asking ChatGPT kind of robs us from the human enjoyment of making decisions being messy, you know? Sometimes we have to allow things to be messy and human in order to have human connection, to find meaning and purpose in our lives. So I'm glad when my other friend, my ISFJ friend, said, no, actually, let's just go with the flow, find something that fits and that we like, and let's not ask ChatGPT. Yeah, I've been having a lot of thoughts about this. At the moment, it's Black Friday, so that also has made me think a lot about, like, you know, consumerism and all that. I went to go and do my groceries, but I have my coat on because I'm planning on going out once, like, the big flurry of people has gone from town. So I'm going to go to the stores at around 9 p.m., I guess, and brave the cold. I do want to show you guys a little guy. Here's a little guy. I got him for free at my workplace. So he's a little turtle, and he's happy. And he doesn't have a name yet, so if somebody has a name, then I'll be happy to name him. We'll see if he appears in other videos. Anyway, I'm also going to be writing Christmas cards, which I think that I make better Christmas cards than AI. So that's that. Here's one of the Christmas cards. I also have one like this, with like light and food. So I just need to decide who they're going to put post stamps and such. It's also funny because I always get, for my birthday, I get I get a post from the US, and my aunt always puts like 10,000 stamps, and I'm like, why? You know, those stamps cost a lot. She doesn't care. And it was for my birthday, so I actually have some American candy here. I've got a Hershey's bar, I've got a Tootsie Roll, and something called a Rolo. And I got a Snickers, which I've already eaten. I'm not really a fan of Hershey's and Tootsie Rolls, so we'll see if I find somebody else who can eat them. But yeah, I'll make another video right after this about a completely different topic. But I want to say have a good day, and bye.